welcome back to another video of H&H Express model nscale trains. Today we're gonna continue with the staging yard over there. So let's go to it and see if I can put power on the 4 tracks. So this is where we left off. I'm gonna move that train out of here. I'm gonna disconnect this section of track and then we're gonna turn this one upside down. I'm gonna put power on the track over here and also on the other 4 ends. They will later be controlled via a relay board to put power on there or remove power, but now I'm gonna connect them all together. I already put some wires together so I can put the power underneath, and the control board will be placed underneath here somewhere so that I can control the power later on the individual tracks. But I first would like to see how it is working now with the power on it. I know it will short out if I'm gonna use the 3-way switch, so that's something what I'm not gonna do, but I'm gonna test the switch which is over here. So let me move the train out of the way. Let's see if it still runs. There it goes. So now I can disconnect it and put it upside down on the table over here. And you will see that from the top. So let's install those wires. So I flipped the staging yard upside down so the tracks are underneath. And this was how it was. So track number 1, 2, 3 and 4. But since it's flipped, so looking at the track plan, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is how it looked like, how the track is laid out to that side where the switches are, or the turnouts are. So this is from the old wiring, and as you can see there is a terminal strip here with some wiring on it, and this one has the wires for both tracks and the other ones only have a wire for one track. So I need to correct that because I would like to put power on all the 4 tracks, plus and minus. I don't know if you can see it, probably not. Let me move it a little bit to here. You see that there are 2 wires here which come from the last track. But I would like to do it over here. So first thing what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove these wires and install new wires, because the wires are incorrectly wired color wise, and I need to add a bigger strip here with 8 options, so 2 times 4 connections. So let me do that. So I remove this terminal strip and I actually gonna position it a little bit more over there. The reason for that is I have more room over here underneath the board than over here, because I have my materials underneath the staging yard. So let's flip this over and see if we can push these wires through those holes. Maybe I need to drill them a little bit more, but also that I can desolder these wires and put the right one in. So it's a little bit hard to see, but here is a wire, and there should be over here as well. There is one only on this side. So actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the wires and drill new holes so that I have them. So I'm gonna drill the hole somewhere here, but I'm gonna cut those wires off, and let me take the drill out and put some holes next to the track. Okay, I'm gonna drill the holes here, and I put something underneath so I didn't drill in my whiteboard. So let's do that, and I'm gonna speed it up. So here it goes. Okay, the holes are drilled, and I'm gonna clean it a little bit off in case I damaged a little bit of the rails, but that should be fine. So remember, this one should be black and that one should be red, black, red, black, red, black, red. So let's try to put a cable in. So, but as you can see, I use brown wire and red wire. So the brown goes to this one and the red wire goes to there. So let's see if I can lift it up. Okay, those are the wires. Strip them off. Put a little solder on it. Okay. So since the track has been painted, I need to scrape off a little bit of the paint. So that's what I'm gonna do next. Hope you can see it. Let me see if we can put a block behind it. Yes. Let's try to do that. Okay. That's that. And now we're gonna put the wire to there. So now let's see if we can solder this in. Okay, that's fine. And now the other side. I'm gonna do a little bit ballasting extra over this anyway, so. Okay, looks good. So that's number one. The other ones I will do off camera. And see you in a bit. So here are the cables for the tracks. Track number 1, 2, 3 and 4. I put some markers over here. Those are the brackets on which this is resting. So what we're gonna do next to put power on the track, on the individual, we're gonna install these relay boards. We're gonna put the power on here, and then this will be connected over here. So 2 relays is for one track and the other 2 relays is for the other track, because we're gonna switch both positive and negative side. So since we need to have 8 relays, we're gonna position those as follows. So here is the bracket, and when I'm looking at how much room I have, I would be able to move them over here. So that's the first thing what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put these on the board and then wire them up. So This is for here, that one is for here, and so on and so on. So let me do that and I will come back. Okay, so now that this is mounted, we're gonna mount these wires here. So let me make sure that they are long enough. The wires which are over there for the switches, they will be rearranged too. So let's strip them and solder them and connect them. So that is that. And now we're gonna hook them up. And these are, you need to be watch carefully in regards to how they are wired. You can wire them normally open or normally closed. And the figure here shows how they are wired. So if I would wire them over here and put power in here, then that means that this one, if there is no power, is normally open. So I'm gonna put that one at the outside. And I'm gonna feed the power in here, because this is the switch which switches the power, or in this case the ground, to here. So the same we're gonna do here. So that means when there is no power on the track, or actually if this is all in rest, then there is no power on the track. So that is how I would like to have it. So I really need to enable it to put power on it. So that's that. Now I will tag this to the board. I'm not gonna use tape, but I'm gonna tag this with some stencils. I'm gonna shift over there with the camera so we can work on that area. Okay, so this is the cable which contains the 5 volt, the ground, and the 12 volt. This is the wire to the transformer, and we're gonna put that in here somewhere so that I have some room, because the control of the switches, so these are the servo motors, but the control, the Arduino, will be somewhere around here, so that whenever there's a switch or a turnout set to diverted or straight, then the right power is put on these relay boards. So in these wires, they will be stripped off, and I'm gonna put new wires in there, and probably gonna give them a little bit different color, because those are from the other side. Which way do I need to put power on the frogs? So I think I'm gonna put this one over here. Gives me more than enough room. Yeah, like this. So these will be around here. Yep. So let me, because remember, this is the wall side, and that is the front side. and the bracket on which this board is resting is over here. So let me screw that down and I will be back. So now that that is fixed, I'm gonna install this power wire, which will be from the transformer off, and I'm gonna put them over here and I'm gonna wire them to the central pin of each. So I'm gonna loop them over here and I'm gonna loop them over there so that we have the power on here and we can test if there is no short. Okay, I connected the power from the transformer. So here is the transformer. I already put some power on it, and I connected the 5V over here to the relay board so that the relay board works. And I can check it by putting a jumper over here for this relay, which is the 5V, and then connect it to ground, because this board is designed that if you pull this pin to ground, the relay will flip. So you see that one works. If I'm gonna move it over, then that one works. That one works. That one works. Let me move it over here as well. So that one works. That one works. That one works. And the last one works as well. So, but let's now go over to a 5V connection. And I did it as follows. The center pin of the relay board connection holds the power, and then what's going out, the normal open here, goes to the track. So I'm gonna test the 5V, or not the 5V, the voltage what is on the transformer. So at this moment, and let me put the meter down here, there is almost 10 volts on the track. It says minus, it all depends on how the transformer is set. So don't worry about that one. If I'm gonna turn it the other way around, you see, let me put it on 10 volts. So like this. So now, if I measure here with this one should read 10 volts and that one should read nothing. So now I would need to have this one connected to ground. Let me see if I can make that happen. Let me see if that works. So now it's connected, and now this should be having the 10 volts too. So the middle lug and the connector, and if I remove this one, then there is no voltage, but on the middle side it is. So that works. I can do the same with the ground wire. So here is the middle lug of the ground wire, which says it's minus 10 volts, because I measure it the other way around. And now I'm gonna hook this one up too, and I'm gonna do the same. So come on. So here we have the 10 volts, and here we should have the 10. Here we have the 10 volts too. So, and if I'm gonna remove this one, then the other lug has no voltage. So I could do that with every relay, but I'm gonna do that off camera. So at least sections work, so that's good. So now we need to concentrate on this one, which are the turnouts itself for the frogs. But that will be a different video. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of these videos, please consider to subscribe to my channel. And as mentioned, the next video will be concentrating on the frog over here. So I'm gonna mount another set of relays to be able to switch the polarity of the frog from plus to minus. So, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.